Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op.
Hello, Couch Co-opers, Couch Potatoes, and Couch Codependents. This is the Couch Co-op Show, and I'm Ian, and I got Quentin back with me here on the couch this week. Hey, Quentin.
Hey, how you doing?
I forgot to have you turn off your fan.
Oh my god, I was about to do that.
I just realized, what's that sound? Oh, it's his fan.
Oh god.
No worries.
I picks that up.
It's just like... It's no worries. Anyway, welcome back. Please do me a favor and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Couch Co-op Shows, all one word, no hyphen. You can find us on all your podcasting platforms. Let's get to the show. And I think this is probably going to be a shoot the shit episode because I don't play anything of any focused time. I didn't do any focused gameplay. I played a little bit of this, played a little bit of that. That's basically what I did. How about you? You play anything intensely?
I did. I did one thing this whole week, and that was Final Fantasy 15's multiplayer expansion, Comrades.
Comrades, the free expansion.
It's not free.
It's not free? That's free
No,
on PSN.
no,
I thought it was free.
It is. It might be free for like PS Plus, but like it's free if you own the season pass for Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
Because it was originally just an expansion, like a patch, but then they made it its own separate game.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, I never played it. I couldn't even get through 15. So, I mean, I was like, meh. So I'm probably not going to play that. But because each of your friends had their own DLC, right?
They had their own episodes, yes.
Did you ever play the fishing part?
The VR game?
Oh, is it VR? I thought they moved it out of VR. Is it only VR?
I think it's like Creature of the Deep or something like
Yeah.
that. I think it was a VR only thing.
Oh, I thought anyone could play it. Guess we could look into that. You're not into the VR?
I've only done it like twice, and I have some stigma with it since every time I do VR, I break someone's TV.
Oh, well, that's fair enough. So how is the Comrades? How does it work?
So you create a character, and character creation is a lot better than I was expecting. It's got a slider for basically everything.
Male and female, or only male?
Male and female.
Oh, wow.
And depending on your birthplace depends your starting stats. And your stats are basically your weapons, because it's sort of like Monster Hunter, where you have this main town you start in,
Right.
and you do quests, you head outside, you do the quest, you come back, you have materials, you upgrade your weapons. These weapons are your stats.
Can you play this? Is it separate from the game, or do you have to? So can you install it
It's its own
without?
solo thing.
So you can install it
I don't
without
have Final Fantasy 15 installed right now.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll give it a try. I mean, you do basically the same shit, though, right?
The combat's different.
Oh yeah.
The combat is a little different. If you remember how 15 plays, it changes that a little bit, and it does its own things with it. Like healing is its own like personal thing, and so is magic, instead of being like a grenade like it was before.
Okay. Is it fun?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Would it be better with friends?
Yeah, I think any game like this is better with friends. I've played it all solo.
Is this just a lot of grinding for like killing?
I mean, yeah, it's like Monster Hunter.
Oh,
It's
not like. Is it? I mean, you just kill big bosses, like that.
That is a whole side of hunts. Yes.
Okay. So it is
there's like the 2 behemoths, which is a quest where you fight 2 giant behemoths, and then 3 giant behemoths.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
But there's little missions too then?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
They're
gotcha.
they're 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 all sorted into their own thing. There are urgent missions. There are normal missions. There are hunts. There are escorts, and then there are
Hmm.
bonus missions
What do you
that
do with
you
the
unlock.
escorts?
Escorts are just like
Oh,
trucks or something. Oh, and defense. I forgot. There's like
oh,
wave defense as well. But,
I see.
yeah. It's like a car. Like the whole story is that since all the light has faded from the world, you are reconnecting the electricity in the grid, which was destroyed.
Is there like an actual? So there's actual story. There's like cutscenes and stuff, or no?
Yes, it takes place during chapter 13 of Final Fantasy 15.
So I would have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, it takes place during literally the last part of the game.
Gotcha. Funny. Is it very long?
The story only took me 10 hours to beat, and the majority of that was grinding and 3 cutscenes.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still a pretty decent amount
Yeah,
of content, I guess.
and I'm not even done with it because after that, the way you build your characters is, you know how Noctis was sort of connected to the like royalty of the world.
Right.
You technically are as well, and that changes how you play your character.
I see.
So you go around and trying to find all the tombs yourself, and these change your play styles.
Gotcha. Interesting. Well, maybe I'll check it out. I mean, I always like character creation just to mess around with character creation, and then whether the game is any good, I don't know. I'll
It's not bad for the character creation.
I might
I thought it was good.
I might just mess around just to see. Is there a lot of trophies?
I got like 6 of them
Hmm.
when I was playing, so
Not really.
not a lot, but I haven't even gotten close to like getting deep into the game because like they only give you like maybe 20 to 30% during that beginning part. And once you beat the game, it opens up slowly.
Are you gonna still keep playing it then?
I want to unlock at least all the like tombs, and then I'll go. Okay, I think I can stop here because I've unlocked everything in terms of like how to play the game.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, what? I don't know. I'm trying to think. When was the last time we recorded? It was before Thanksgiving, right?
Yes.
So Thanksgiving, I played just random. I played some Torchlight 2, which we've actually talked about on the podcast before, so I don't really need to talk about. I played some Rocket League because I don't know. We've talked about
Rocket
that.
League.
But the one thing I did reinstall and I've been playing again that's kind of weird that I like, but I probably shouldn't because I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. I really like Metal Gear Survive.
Really?
This kind of survival. It's a weird game, and I've been wanting to get back into it, so I reinstalled it, and I don't know. There's something about it's really goofy, even though it's not Kojima. It's kind of quirky, but it runs on that Fox engine. That's a really cool engine, and you basically you're building a base and you're fending off zombies. But it's weird when you go out into the world. There's like obviously these weird zombie creature type things. I don't know if you've played it. Um,
I wasn't there like a beta? I remember playing something like that for it.
But out in the world, when you're getting deep, there is this like massive giant monster out there. It's like it moves around and you can't really see it because it's always in a dust storm. It's just this massive creature, and I've put like quite a lot of hours into it, but I still haven't really figured out the game. I mean, I figured out the base of the game, but I don't understand where that giant monster fits into the game yet. And there's just some I have so many questions, and I think I kind of stopped playing about the time we packed up everything and we moved, and I just kind of put it away, and then I deleted it off my machine, and all these other games came out, and then I've just been not playing much right now, and I thought I'm gonna go back to that, and so that's kind of what I've been doing, just dipping my toe back in and trying to remember because every survival game's though the same, it's different. And then Metal Gear's mechanics, like its menuing systems, is like always really deep. So like I don't know if I mean you've probably played Metal Gear Solid.
I've played MGS5 and I
Yeah.
thought that game was really cool. I've played a little bit of Survive. I remember going to a friend's house and trying it out, and I thought it was an interesting take on like the melee combat oriented side of the game,
Oh yeah.
like of MGS. And like building walls and like poking holes through these walls and trying to like.
Oh yeah, or
make
like you build weapons and stuff
Yeah.
too eventually, but yeah, like chain link fences. So like when you can put up chain link fences, and then when the zombie creatures come, you can poke them through the chain link fence with like stabbing them. So they'll still collect at a chain link fence, and then you can just stab. It's kind of like, I don't know, and just the whole menu system is really deep and gets kind of crazy, and you start collecting like NPCs, and you're trying to keep them alive. It's just like Metal Gear Solid in a sense. Like in that game, you collect everything, and this just gives you more of a way to build and then fight off. But yeah, I've kind of gotten back into that, so we'll see how long that lasts. I also like running around just in my underwear, so it's classic. It's a classic Ian game.
Is the story any good, or is it?
The story's just kind of it. So, I mean, that's the other thing that's one thing about the game. Like, did it need to be called Metal Gear Survive, or could they have named it anything? Or did they call it Metal Gear Survive to get people to buy it more than an average Survivor? I would have to see the numbers on how well it sold, and if that naming it Metal Gear worked in its favor or not. Because it could have been called something totally different, and it wouldn't have gotten that kind of negative backlash for not being a Kojima game, and maybe it would have fared a lot better. Because I mean, I think mechanically the game is really sound. I mean, it runs really nice and looks really nice, and I don't know, I think it works really well. So I kind of think that maybe people stay away from it because of the whole Metal Gear thing. But if you kind of separate yourself from that, I think it's a pretty cool game. But the story is just kind of like at the end of Metal Gear Solid 5, there's all what's going on with their base dying and all that shit, and basically a portal opens and some of the men get sucked into it.
Okay.
And you're in this other realm and you're trying to get back. That's all it is.
Okay.
So you're just trying to survive in this weird ass realm.
So it's an isekai.
Yeah, it's just I don't know what that means. That means nothing to me, but
Into another world, basically. Yeah, it's a whole genre of anime.
So that's basically what's happening.
World.
So you have some people that think they can get back. There's all these kind of nods to other Metal Gear. Like there's this nod to Peace Walker because one of the, that's in Metal Gear Solid 5 too. But like the AI units there, and it kind of controls your hub base, and it's all. I mean, it's really kind of cool the way it all works. I don't know. I wish more people played it. I don't know. It'd be cool to play with people, but it's kind of like
it seems like a fun game.
It's an outlier. It's only like $5.99 right now on PSN.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's in their end of the year super sale. So.
Oh yeah, all these sales are going on. You get anything?
No, I haven't. There's one new game out right now that I want. That League of Legends game, Ruin King.
Oh yeah, the Battle Chasers.
The Battle Chasers game, because I love the Battle Chasers game, and so I wanted to get that, but I'll probably wait for that to go down in price. Even though it's only $30, I'll probably wait. But
I've heard good things about that from friends.
Have you played Battle Chasers?
I have not.
Oh, it's a really good game,
but, yeah.
And that's always on sale too. That's probably in sale too right now in the indie, because they have an indie sale right now on PSN, and then they have the end of the year sale. And I think in the indie sale, Battle Chasers is probably on sale, but.
It's on sale on Steam.
Oh, you can get it on Steam.
The autumn sale's going on right now. Yeah, it's $1.
Battle Chasers?
The digital extras. The game is $7.
Oh, well, that's still not bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
bought.
Get something during the sale already, so.
I don't think I've. Yeah, I'm in that kind of waffling buying cheap games. I buy so many cheap games and then I don't play them, and it's like, why didn't you just buy a full price game and play that? Because when you buy it's funny, when you buy a full price game, you feel guilty that you need to play it. Yeah. When it's cheap, I just buy a shit ton of cheap games and then never play them. So it's like, how are you really saving money, dude?
Yeah, I remember buying there was like a sale for a bunch of Eidos games a while back, and I bought a bunch of Tomb Raider games, and I've literally only played Tomb Raider Anniversary, and I haven't touched any of the others. But I'm planning to with the games I bought this time, since I bought the entire Witcher trilogy, and I
Oh,
haven't
wow.
played The Witcher at all.
Oh,
So
really?
I'm diving headfirst with the first game
Oh, wow.
probably tonight. And
Oh, okay. I've never played the first one. I played the second one, and I loved the third one.
okay.
You'll see. I mean, I don't know how the first one looks pretty rough. Probably. I don't know. But the second one looks good, and it plays kind of like it's kind of like that, more like Dragon Age Inquisition, where the level is kind of weird. Like it's kind of. I don't know if how to. It's not like 2.5D, but like there's certain areas you can go. It's kind of weird. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if you played Dragon Age Inquisition or not. But
I played Origins. That's the only one I played.
yeah, that one.
Dragon
Like that
Age.
one.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I think even the next. I'm not Inquisition. You're right. Origins, and what's the second one?
I don't know.
Oh,
I've literally
the
only
first
played
and the
Origins.
second one are like the kind of the Witcher design. Not Inquisitions.
Okay.
Inquisitions is like full on open world craziness. Sorry, I misspoke. But I couldn't really get into Witcher 2. I was playing it to prep myself for Witcher 3, and I like just kind of lost interest in it. So I modded the hell out of it and just kind of played through it a bit, and then still got bored because then Witcher 3 came out, and Witcher 3 was, I thought, fucking awesome. So
yeah, no, I got the whole series for $11.
$11.
Yeah.
And really, I feel like you're paying. Yeah, well, I think that's worth it just for the third one. That game
yeah,
is,
no, it gives you Wild Hunt and all that with it. So like
all the DLC.
Yeah, by the looks of it.
That's
Let me check.
probably because I mean, it probably.
Yeah. Oh no, it does not have Blood and Wine. And
Oh, it
Heart
doesn't.
Stone. Oh, okay. It just says Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Oh, because that's the name of the game. That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait,
it doesn't
okay.
matter. I don't think I finished. I finished Blood and Wine. But what's the second one?
Hearts of Stone.
Oh no, I finished Hearts of Stone. I didn't finish Blood and Wine. I think Blood and Wine's the bigger one. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
no,
didn't finish the.
expansion pass is also $7. I don't know if that's worth it.
But no, just play the base game, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you really love it, then go back. But I feel like you get the full experience with just the base game.
The original? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So what else you been
And they
playing?
run-
Oh, what?
Yeah, I made sure to check that they ran on Linux before I even touched them.
Oh yeah.
And apparently The Witcher 2 is like native, like it's got its own Linux version.
Oh really? That's cool.
That's going to be interesting. So Witcher 2 is going to be an interesting idea to go through. But, yeah.
So what else have you been playing?
On PS4,
Anything?
Shenmue.
Oh,
Shenmue.
Which one?
I'm playing through the whole series again. I'm playing through one. Because I've got Shenmue on PC and PS4, and I've got all of them. Shenmue 1, 2, and 3.
Those are also on sale, I believe, too. I feel like you can get 1 and 2 for $5.99. You can get 3 for $5.99 right now as well.
Yeah. I would assume so. They go on sale often.
I can't get into those games. I mean,
Really?
yeah, I don't know. It's not. I don't know. But I understand that there's people that love them.
I think
they're goofy.
the idea of opening a cabinet and being able to look at everything inside of it is such a cool idea, and I think more games should do that.
Isn't that fucking Fallout? I mean,
Yeah, but like Shenmue's like a kind of like a detective drama. So like you're trying to find your way to find the person who killed your father.
right?
And like everything you're doing is like basically asking people and like asking questions around and finding your way around places that you don't know.
Right.
And it's like an investigation game, and I like that.
I get that. I mean, that's cool. I guess. I mean, I only really played like the first third of the first game, and it was alright. Dropped off.
Yeah.
And the third, I mean, you've played them all already, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why play them all again if you already know the answers?
It's fun. Fun. I like the world. The worlds are like living, right?
Right.
Like for a game that was put on the Dreamcast, there's so much attention to detail that I really like. Like there's always like a really cool fun fact that I like to drop on people about Shenmue. Like they went and found weather patterns for 30 years from the game's release to
Right.
make sure that the weather looked accurate in game, which is just crazy to think about.
So how far are you into the first one already?
Into the first one,
Yeah.
I am already at forklift stuff, so I'm at the harbor working, getting money.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
What else? We're gonna run through all your stuff. I mean, I literally have like nothing really
Yeah.
to talk about.
I played Comrades, and that was really fun. It reminds me a lot of Monster Hunter, and I kind of wanted to just like re-download Worlds and like Monster Hunter Worlds and see how that's.
Man, if only you had Plus, I'd play with you. Wait, do you have it on PS4 or?
I do have it on PS4.
See, I even have the Iceborne stuff that I didn't finish, but
I haven't even touched Iceborne because I did not like Worlds, but I'll give it a second chance.
you didn't like Worlds?
No, I'm a big fan of like the older games, and World just has the simplification of the like formula. I didn't really like that.
But it has the not being obnoxiously loading time into every fucking window on the face of the planet. Oh my god.
True. That is true.
It's like, oh, I can actually play this without having to you like move 2 steps and like it loads.
Loading
It's like, oh
screen.
my god. I cannot play this. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Um,
I loved Worlds. I mean, it was obviously catered to us Westerners a bit, even though it's still
I think it was catered to newer fans because they wanted to get more people into the game, into the series.
it'll be interesting to see what they do with the next game in the Worlds universe versus the kind of handheld universe.
You haven't played Rise yet?
No, I'm not gonna play
Okay.
that.
It reminds me a little bit of Worlds in a way. It's it uses the same engine and everything, and it's coming to other platforms now since it's been on Switch for a year. So
It looks not that good though visually. It looks sad.
it looks better on PC
Oh, does
with
it?
what they've revealed so far. Yeah, no, it's literally only low res on the Switch. It's gonna be looking a whole lot nicer on every other platform. Like, if you're on PC, you can try out the demo
Oh, really?
for Rise. Yeah, the demo for Rise is out, and you can play that.
Well, I'll probably wait. I need Worlds. Well, here's the thing. I played with that a lot with Jared. Like he and I played that a lot together. So, I mean, I'm not gonna play it on PC. Plus, you're on Linux now anyway, so that probably wouldn't work that well.
I don't know because World is like a really graphically intensive game, so I'd have to. My rig is not that powerful. I got it for like a couple of older MMOs and like a lot of single player games. So.
Right. What's the best game? I mean, what's the prettiest game you can get it to run?
Prettiest game I can get it to run? I mean, it's not like
A potato.
talking about like performance, but like Guilty Gear Strive looks really good on my rig, but Guilty Gear Strive can run on anything.
But it runs at like 60 frames and shit, so it's like
Yeah,
smooth.
it's a very, very
So you don't
nice
have like
looking
a potato of a PC. You just have.
No. I think in terms of what I have downloaded currently, I think Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns is probably the nicest looking game I have on my system.
Do you care about graphics?
No.
No.
No, I play an MMO from 2002 from my comfort food. And that game looks like utter trash compared to stuff today.
It's funny. I do and I don't. There's certain things I do care, and other things I just like don't care.
What do you care about in terms of?
I think like
graphics?
shitty like PS3 Skyrim as like my point. Like that game doesn't look that great, but I can play it
Okay.
and I'll enjoy it. Well, I can go further back than that though. I mean, I can do.
Like, what's your opinion on like pixelated graphics? Like, what
Oh,
what,
that?
what would you do with like Terraria or
I
like
don't like those
retro
games.
pixel art
I
and
don't like
stuff
that.
like
I don't
that?
like.
Okay.
I'm not a big pixel art fan. I mean, I'll play those. No, I won't really play those either. I mean, I'll say. I mean, like we used to do game night every Monday instead of. So back in the day, I don't know how far you've listened back into the podcasts.
I'm working my way
Oh, are you
down.
still? Anyway,
Yeah.
we used to get together every Monday night and play video games,
Okay.
and then sometimes record the podcast, or we'll record the podcast for an hour, and then after we'd play video games for like 2 hours. And we'd go to different people's houses. The person that would host would buy pizza and beer, and then we'd talk and bullshit and play video games. So like we play things like Towerfall Ascension or that kind of couch
Okay.
co-op
Okay.
type shit, So like, but I don't really like. I mean, I'll play it for like a little bit, but it's not like something I'm into. So like when I think of like pixel art, I think of like those type of games.
Like
But
like indie titles.
yeah. But I mean, I've played shit, like Hotline Miami or, I've played all that kind of. Oh no, I mean, I did like really like Carry On, the little
Oh yeah,
the
yeah, that
that
came out.
I did
Yeah.
actually really like that one. That was a great game. So,
It had some really nice lighting.
it's just kind of
Like I
inventive.
really liked how it like sort of like it like the just like looking at the particle effects and stuff like that. It was really cool.
I think it just has to be the right mix of like content and story. But like little cutesy guys platforming, I just like
Yeah.
I did this when I was 5 years old back in 1985, guys. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't feel nostalgic about that kind of stuff, I feel nostalgic for the games I fell in love with. I never fell in love with a Nintendo game, so I don't feel nostalgic for any of that crap. That's why I'm so harsh on it, because I can see through the
The
glaze,
veneer.
the Nintendo glaze, and I'm like, this Mario game is no different than that shitty Mario game I played when I was 10 years old. It looks better, maybe, but it's the same stupid thing. Goodbye.
It's I mean, you're not wrong.
Metroid Dread?
I played
I
a little
mean, I'm going to be honest. The OG Metroid is better than Metroid Dread. It might look better, but it's not a better game. Anyway.
I'm surprised that the people who made Dread are still like a company. Because they made those Castlevania games for the 360, Lords of Shadow.
Oh, did
I don't
they?
know if you ever played those.
Whoa,
But
whoa. Wait.
but like,
What Castlevania game do I have?
it,
I have I have it when they were still doing like musical kind of Lament of Innocence.
yeah, no, that's not the ones they did.
Lords of Shadow gets away from the musical.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember Lords of Shadow. Those are both one
Hack
and
and
two. They're on PS. No, but they're on PS Now. I could play them actually.
those are made by the Metroid Death,
Are they?
Metroid Prime or Metroid Dread. Yeah, I think they also did the remake, Samus Returns for 3DS. Uses the
I
same
don't.
engine.
I mean, since you know so much about this Nintendo stuff, who was the original team behind Metroid Dread?
The original team, like
Yeah,
the
who
one that just
was
came out, or
Nintendo?
the original Metroid Dread.
So yeah, they picked up that concept and then redesigned it, right? So who was
Mhm.
behind it? What? When this game, like 10 years ago or some shit? How old?
Like 2006. I'm not fully up
Oh.
on Metroid. Is like one of those series that I have not played a lot of.
I'm like, was it
Like,
a Nintendo or was
I
it?
would assume it was like Nintendo R&D or like the Metroid team, the people who did like Metroid Fusion. But
Oh.
like,
And then they were like, oh, we give up.
yeah, and then
Because that's when Metroid Prime got hot, or was hot.
yeah, that would have been around the GameCube. Yeah, no, and those are the Metroid games I like. I like
have
Prime.
those. I have those. I bought the trilogy so I could play them on Wii
Hmm.
because I've never played them,
Oh.
and then that never happened. I think
They're
I started the first one, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, and then never went back.
they're very atmospheric.
It's
like
weird.
them.
It's weird playing it kind of in first person, and I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it sucks also with the fucking because I have to play it with the fucking Wii shit. That's
Oh, with
obnoxious.
the motion controls?
That's
Yeah.
awful. That's stupid.
I think the reason I really like those games is because it reminds me of like old N64 shooters where like the gun is on the screen and like you see the arm move, like GoldenEye and Perfect Dark and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Perfect Dark is not a good game.
Really?
That's the
Really?
That's an awful game. Or I don't want to crush your GoldenEye. Also an awful game.
I'm not that big of a fan of GoldenEye. I actually like Perfect Dark better.
It's. I mean, I don't have GoldenEye. I've played GoldenEye, but I have Perfect Dark. When I was gifted this N64, because my houses were consoles goal to die. They just kind of hang out in my house, and I don't have very many 64 games. So I got Perfect Dark because they're the ones that did GoldenEye, right? And it's the same.
Yeah, it's rare. Yeah.
It's the same, just garbage. Oh my god! Like it's kind of crazy to me that GoldenEye. I mean, have you played GoldenEye recently or Perfect Dark? I mean, it looks like you're staring into a butthole. I mean, it's just gross.
I've played emulation with mouse and keyboard controls.
Oh, they probably look better. They probably run better.
They probably do run better and look better. And I get to play with mouse and keyboard, so I actually have accuracy.
Oh, well, that's a whole other thing too. Like that controller, I don't want to get into that, but.
That I don't like the N64.
But it's just kind of it's impressive that like the PlayStation at 32-bit had Metal Gear Solid, which I can still play.
Final Fantasy VII.
I've never played that, but sure.
No.
Sure. But N64, man, there's no games that you can like. It's just a butt looking system. Like, I mean, yeah. Anyway, I don't want to keep shitting on it. I don't want to keep shitting on Nintendo. I like my Wii U.
The Wii U was interesting.
It's a misunderstood console. I don't know.
Prototype Nintendo Switch.
It is basically. I mean, for real. Or like if
a tablet.
Right. It's I mean, I did it a couple. I mean, there were a couple games I played. I mean, that's how I played Breath of the Wild. And I feel like because they knew that they were going to port that game to Switch, I think they got rid of the whole, because the menu system in Switch for cooking and stuff, if it was only made for Wii U, which would have been great, you still could have gone through all your menu
Stuff on the bottom,
on the screen while you were doing stuff in the thing. But I feel like they opted not to even deal with that because they knew they didn't want to spend the time to do that. But I feel like you look at it and it's like, man, that would have been great because I'm playing it. And it's like, man, why can't I do this here? Why do I have to hit pause and do this? Like it's total DS thing. It's like a total DS like little menu up to the big menu type thing. And I'm like, yeah, I feel like Breath of the Wild was meant to be played on the Wii U, but they knew it was going to be a failure, so they had to excise all of that. So there's a part of me that wishes they would have spent the time to do that, because it would have made my copy of Breath of the Wild on Wii U way more cool.
Yeah, I think the idea of the tablet was really nice because you could like offshoot things onto this tablet.
Oh yeah, I could play. Yeah, so I could have the Wii U on and be playing Breath of the Wild and go into the bedroom or go sit on the couch while my wife was watching TV on the PlayStation or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the same thing you're doing with a Switch now. Basically, it's just a different kind of way of doing it. But
I liked the ergonomics on the Wii U tablet better. I can't hold my Nintendo Switch without my hands cramping.
This is true, but at the same time, it's a kid console, so like that tablet's too big for a kid. Like it's a good size. I mean, I think it's right here. I have it right here. Yeah, I do. Well, it's kind of it's tied up at the moment, but it's right here. I have it connected to my streaming box so I could stream it because way back in the day I was streaming Star Fox. What is this awful game?
Star Fox 64?
No, 0.
Oh, 0.
Whew.
Platinum's.
Platinum's,
Oh, God.
Platinum. Hey, I'm a Platinum fan, my boy. I gotta buy them all.
Yeah.
But whoa, is this game not fun?
That
It's
game.
tough. It's tough.
Oh, you want to talk about, like, games I wish didn't have Platinum's name on it? That is one of them.
Oh, it's a rough one. It's like,
Oof.
what? It's funny. It's funny.
Those controls.
But it's a fun one to stream because you're just like, what is going on?
Hard to make sense of things.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, I don't know. It's funny. But, yeah, I really like the Wii U. I played Bayonetta, I had Bayonetta 2. It's great. It's a great game.
That was when Platinum got bought by Nintendo, wasn't it? And they just had to make games for them.
No, I don't think they got bought. I think they were just the only one that were willing to license that because Platinum was still making games.
Yeah.
They licensed or bought Bayonetta, but they weren't the because Platinum was still making like Transformers and Ninja Turtles
And Korra and all that. Yeah.
the Metal Gear game. Right.
One of my favorites.
I love that game.
I
That
love
game's
Revengeance.
cool.
Revengeance is
Or
so fun.
Revengeance, I mean. Metal Gear Rising. What?
Yeah, it's Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Rising Revengeance. That's right.
So you were right. You were right. It's just.
Yeah, that game's cool. I don't, we need more of that. But Konami, man, they fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
They could have had a sequel to that game.
Oof, yeah. I don't think that's out of the picture. I totally think that they could hire Platinum again and do that. I think Platinum is like a really interesting mercenary company where they just get hired by someone, do a game, and it's just like, yep.
I mean, 100%. But I think also, it sounds like Konami's going to try and get back in the game here. So we'll see if anything gets announced at the Game Awards.
They've slowly been releasing things and re-releasing stuff, like all the Castlevania collection.
I mean, that Contra shit kind of wasn't very good.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if we do get a Metal Gear Solid remake announced at Game Awards, then we know that Konami's, like, serious. I mean, they got to be thinking there's money in that property if they do a remake. Like, looking at all this Final Fantasy shit and all this, there's people that definitely want that fucking game.
I mean, we did get a Metal Gear remake. We got Twin Snakes, but like.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm only like a quarter of the way through that. I have it. All the new cutscenes and stuff, but again, Ian plays too many games sometimes.
Too many games, not enough time.
Or I just lose interest.
Same. It's hard to keep attention sometimes on a lot of different things when, like, my main genre is like a bunch of arcade games. Like I play fighting games literally all the time, so it's just like I'll boot it up, play through some stuff. I'm good. Come back later, do it again, over and over and over and over. Stuff like Metal Slug and like all these arcade games that are just like able to boot up, go, and
Right.
like that.
A lot of time for me, it's like I'll have that one game I'll buy brand new. So like I'll fill it my in between time with all this random stuff that I try and get hooked on. But if I don't get into it and then that other game drops and I buy it, then I'm just in that game for like 10, 20, 30 hours depending. And then when that wraps, I want more of that. So I'm not really looking for what I was playing. So by the time I circle back to that game, I'm like, oh, what the fuck was I doing? Like that's like with Metal Gear Survive. I'm like, oh shit, what was I doing in this game? Anyway, yeah, so that's where I'm at this. What game am I really waiting for? I mean, really, the most exciting. I mean, there's nothing really I want new wise until I was really wanted Saints Row. The new Saints Row was going to drop in February, but now it's been delayed to August.
Oh.
So there's no real like games I like. So I'm just like in this like waiting pool of like, do I play old shit or trying Game Pass a bunch of stuff. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. Check that autumn sale. Check those sales and see if there's anything there.
It's a
Like
problem. No, man. Quentin, I have so many games to play. I do not need to buy more games I'm not playing. I have so many games. So many games.
That's understandable.
Is there anything you're really looking forward to in the new wise in the upcoming year?
New wise, I hope a new Ace Combat is announced.
Oh, you're big into.
I think Ace Combat is. Well, I played the 7th one, and that game is. Oof, it's.
I mean, I have played it. I didn't finish it. But I've played most of the. I have a couple of the PS2 versions. That game actually Ace Combat 4, I think, on PS2. I think that's kind of how that's one of the games that started game night back on. So
really?
On this fucking tiny ass 13-inch TV right here,
Mm-hmm.
Dave and I used to play split screen. Ace Combat 4.
Oh wow.
3 or 4. We used to fight against each other. Yeah. That's back when that game was new. Yeah.
Jeez.
I rented it down at a Hollywood Video.
Oh gosh. I remember Hollywood Video. I kind of miss Hollywood Video. I like being able to like rent something for like a week and just going, yep, I kind of like this. I'm gonna like buy it.
Oh, dude, that's how Metal Gear Solid 2. So Metal Gear Solid 2 is one of the few games that I rented for a week, beat. When I returned it, I went and bought it. And I bought Metal Gear Solid because I had never played Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, okay.
So I played them in reverse order. And then I beat Metal Gear Solid, and then I beat Metal Gear Solid 2 again. Those are the days like I was playing video games like relentless. That's why I have so many fucking PS2 games.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You were asking me about games I'm waiting for. KOF 15. That is the one game I am waiting for currently.
When does that officially release?
February 22nd.
Oh yeah. So February is like fucking loaded.
It really is.
You got like the Horizon.
Yeah.
You have you have everything coming out. There's another giant game coming out. I can't even think. I'm brain farting, but there's like a shit ton of games coming out. Oh, the Sifu. That's one game I'm really interested in.
That's from the Absolver guy.
Yeah. I like that game a lot. And this one's like I'm more curious about. So, like you die but you age.
I saw the trailer and it looked interesting.
So.
Oh my god, they're all releasing in like the same week.
Yeah, Saint Row was in there too, and they're like, nah, we're gonna delay it till August. Yeah, there's so many games coming out.
Horizon, Destiny 2, The Witch Queen,
Oh yeah, Destiny 2.
Sifu, King of Fighters.
There's some other shit though. This like a week later, there's another big ass game coming. I don't know.
Yeah. Jeez.
All the games, my friend.
And then yeah, Saints Row got delayed.
But I love Saints Row. I like stupid. I don't know. I like that way better than Grand Theft Auto.
I really loved the third game.
It's
I
great.
thought that was way better than.
It's awesome.
Than like a GTA 5.
Oh, 100%. Has more character. It's funnier.
Plenty of character, yeah. It's. Yeah, February 22. We are getting a bunch of games.
How good are you at King of Fighters? How good are you at fighting games in general?
I am not that good. I've competed a little bit in my life.
So you're pretty good. You're better than me, is what you're saying.
No, I'm not. I pay money to get in and lose twice and go.
Whatever.
Leave.
Whatever. He's just being nice.
Oh, Dying Light 2 and Dynasty Warriors 9.
No, yeah. There's something else though. I saw there's another big ass game in February.
Elden Ring.
Oh, Elden Ring. Yeah, that's what it is. The Dark Souls people. Their boners are hard for that game. That's what it is.
There's the Life is Strange remaster.
No, it's the Elden Ring. That's like the only game people care about. Like, you know what's funny is like how are you? Are you big on those Dark Souls games?
No, I don't like Souls.
Oh, awesome, man. We can be friends. It's one of those things where like they make you feel like they're an elite group of people that only few people play these games, but like it's a huge group of people. It is like one of the biggest fucking game. It's like
I think the only game that was able to catch my attention was Bloodborne, and I don't even like it that much. I think the gameplay is it reminds me a lot of Zelda
right.
with just more and more combat options, and like it's good, but it's just like it's not like I wouldn't call it outstanding.
I don't like the art design. I think the art design looks like butt. It's a butt looking game to me. I think I might have played it more, but it just looks so drab and like uninviting that I just like I don't want to play this. I don't want to be in this world.
Mm. There's an Evil Dead game coming out in February as
Yes,
well.
I did.
Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song.
Oh, well, cool.
Uh,
I mean, there's a shit ton of games.
Yeah.
Well, it makes you feel bad for like the smaller games because there are so many. I mean, the two big ones are I think the PlayStation's Horizon Zero or Far whatever it is, Horizon Far West, Far to the East, whatever. Forbidden West. And then Elden Ring, I think, are the two massive games coming out that month. But then there's just a whole bunch of just games.
Yeah, Dying Light 2.
Oh, Dying Light 2 is pretty big. That has a pretty big following. I never played the first one, but everyone talks about it in pretty high regard.
Sifu, Total War Warhammer 3.
Every once in a while, I'll play a Warhammer
Blood
game.
Bowl 3.
What?
Blood Bowl 3? It's like it's a fantasy football thing, so it's like orcs and like
Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Do we really need more of that, guys? Come on. I was like, do we really need more like Warhammer games? There probably is a podcast just solely dedicated to Warhammer games, but there are so many and they're so varied in types. Like, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. How I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you ever played any of them?
I've played one Warhammer game and I thought it was okay.
So which one? Do you remember?
It was like a third person shooter.
So like Space Marine?
I think it was Space Marine.
So then I've played that one. Then I've played some of the kind of isometric top down shooter ones.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like it's like not like Diablo, like it's like a twin stick shooter kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And then I played Vermintide, which is cool.
Okay.
That's like a
Vermintide is not 40K.
But it's still Warhammer. Yeah. It's like the alternate Warhammer. Or old school.
The old school fantasy Warhammer.
Old school Warhammer, but it's still within the Warhammer universe. So like that's kind of like playing Borderlands in like this weird fantasy realm.
January also has a couple of bangers coming out too.
Does it?
Rise comes to PC. God of War comes to PC. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction.
Oh, that looks interesting.
That new Pokemon game.
Oh my god, I'm riveted. Tell me more.
Personally, for me, there's a new Gunvolt collection coming out, and that has me good. And I love those games.
I don't even know what Gunvolt is.
It's like Mega Man X style games, just different, made by different people.
All right.
They're fun.
So how do you decide what you're going to play on PS4 versus PC and Switch? Is Switch solely for Nintendo garbage?
Switch was a bet I lost.
Oh. You had to buy it?
I bought a Nintendo Switch because I lost a bet.
Oh. What was that bet?
I said when the Switch was announced, if No More Heroes 3 was going to come out for it, that I'm going to buy a Nintendo Switch.
That's stupid. Isn't it that game's exclusive for that, isn't it?
It is.
Because 1 and 2 you can play on other... 2 for sure is on PlayStation.
1 and 2 have gotten ported to a bunch of different systems. I know it's on Switch and I know it's on PC.
Well, I know 2 is on PlayStation. You can buy it on PlayStation.
and there's a spin-off that takes place before No More Heroes 3 that I really like. That was on Nintendo Switch, and it's also on PC, and I think on PS4.
Okay.
And I'm hoping 3 comes to something else because I don't want to play it with the performance that it has on Switch.
I've never played No More Heroes.
It's interesting.
I've played like Killer 7 and Lollipop and
If
Killer is Dead.
If you like his writing, you'll like those games.
Did you play the stupid free-to-play game for a while?
Let It Die?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Isn't it weird that that game's getting
it?
Isn't it weird that that game's getting a sequel kind of?
Without him, yeah.
Yeah. I find that like
without Suda.
I just find that weird.
Yeah, I find it weird as well. Interesting.
So what would draw people back to that if he's not with it? You know what I mean?
Apparently, people really like the gameplay and the core loop of that game enough for it to get a sequel.
Do they? I would have to see the numbers on that. Bob, show us the numbers.
Yeah. There are a couple of things that are coming out this quarter that look interesting to me.
I solely got a Switch with the Bayonetta 3 was coming.
Oh yeah.
Because it's the only fucking console that I can play it on. Years later, I've bought a couple games for it, played through, it was fine. I bought Animal Crossing for my wife. She really enjoyed that. She's gotten the most use out of it. She played Animal Crossing for 200 some hours. That's cool.
Yeah, no, my mom got a lot of use out of Animal Crossing as well. Like everyone in my life who had Animal Crossing, the one reason they have a Switch.
Still no fucking Bayonetta. You know what we did get from Platinum? We got Astral Chain. I got that fucking game. No, that game's great. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I beat it. I had a good time with it, but still no Bayonetta 3. So
wouldn't it be funny if they had another console that came out?
Yeah, right.
Bayonetta 3 came out for that.
The awful thing is that after they finally released that last trailer, you have the lead developer saying, "Oh, we're not against porting this to something else if there's enough interest." And it's like, fuck you guys. Like if it literally comes out and they port it to like PlayStation or whatever, I'm just gonna be like, God damn it, because I don't really like the Switch. I don't like it.
I miss dedicated handheld. Give me like a PS Vita.
I guess.
Not like a Switch.
Well, I mean, I guess. I mean, I've never been a big Vita or like a big handheld guy, so I can wait. You know, I don't need to play. I mean, I try to take it. So like when we went to Thanksgiving, you know, I try to take it, sit out there, look all cool with my Switch and play video games. But I just feel like, I don't want to be. I'd rather be doing something else than playing it like this. I don't know. It's just me. So,
yeah.
And then Bayonetta 3 was kind of disappointing. Visually, I just felt like,
There was some performance issues in that trailer. Like, I swear it dipped into like 10 FPS for like some parts of it, and I was just a little sad.
Hopefully they'll iron all that out and it'll play fine, but
maybe there's a Switch Pro on the way.
I just feel like Bayonetta, well, there probably is.
Yeah.
There's definitely going to be, you know, the fact that the OLED version, the only difference is the fact that it has OLED is kind of ridiculous. So
I think it was that, improved battery, and like better
improved
speed.
battery, yes. But I thought they kind of dismissed the improved battery because it wasn't that improved. Because the OLED's isn't it drawing more power or something?
Oh yeah, it would be drawing more power, huh?
So I feel like it does about the same.
Yeah.
So yes, if they put that battery in the original Switch, it'd probably run longer.
Yeah.
But they had to improve the battery power to at least maintain the same battery length as the old Switch, which I think is funny. But oh well. Hey Nintendo, it's cool. And then they just do they do interesting things.
Yeah, they do.
Not really. But I mean, you saw that like the Xbox Series S was like the most purchased console over the Black Friday holiday.
I did not see that. No.
That
Oh
is
wow.
that is the Forza Horizon Halo Infinite effect
Game
right
Pass
there.
and
Well, not
Game
just
Pass.
Game Pass, but just the fact that those two games are the games that are out right now, and they're the games that everyone's playing. And like, Mom, I need to be playing that game right now. But I think it's funny that they're all buying the cheap ass Xbox. They're not buying the.
Yeah. Not the big old powerful one.
No, yeah, it's funny. But you probably can't find the big powerful one anyway. You can't find a PS5 anywhere. And
Yeah.
my friend at work, his PS4 just died, and he's like, but he's not a super big gamer. So he's like he's asking me like, so how do I get a PS5? And it's like, good luck, buddy.
$1,000 on eBay.
How do you feel about reach arounds and blowjobs? Almost a spit take on camera.
Oh wow.
No, so we were talking. It's like he has a pretty good PC, and it's like he only plays like a couple games. So it's like just check it out on Steam, see if that works for you, because that's probably gonna be better than trying to get a fucking PS5, dude.
Steam and EGS. Yeah. I think. Yeah, it's a weird thing, consoles right now.
Yeah, it's really just like that kind of exclusive stuff. Just keeping them in existence, I think. Because if all the games were on PC, I'd probably have stopped a long time ago. It's pretty easy to hook my PC up to a TV if I need that couch experience.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho,
Anything besides games?
yeah, should we do the couch co-optional? Move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have lots of stuff to talk about here, my friend. So I'll let you go first, though. Do you have anything you want to recommend?
Anything I want to pimp out?
Yeah.
Jackie Chan, My Stunts.
Oh yeah.
I watched it recently. It's just a whole documentary of him talking about how he stunts and like how he like shoots and does his action. And I thought it was a really interesting watch because I like that old style of
Oh yeah, for sure.
like martial arts flick that's just like that art is sort of lost these days.
100%,
You
dude.
don't really see that anymore.
I remember. I was in high school when he was finally going to be in his first American released. When Rumble in the Bronx was going to be released in America in the theaters, like it was it's kind of his return to America because he hadn't been in an American released film in forever, and we had been watching all his other movies, but that was like huge. I remember going to the theater and experiencing that, and that was a good time. But what is that documentary? Is that available on streaming somewhere, or no?
I just watched it on YouTube. There's like
just-
a bunch of re-uploads of it all on YouTube for free. So.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I mean, in terms of like, what?
No card games, no
really.
food.
I mean, I played Digimon because I
How-
went to a pre-release event and that was fun. But
Do you recommend it?
if you want a game with a really interesting system, different from any of the current games on the market, I would highly recommend Digimon. Really dynamic game. It's really fun.
You heard it here, folks. Digimon. Not just your kindergartner's game anymore. Wasn't it like a cartoon as well?
It was never. There were a bunch
I
of
always
cartoons,
think of
but it was
Pokemon
never-
and Digimon as like these little kids. They're like I think of Pokemon as like animals, and I think of Digimon as like cyborg Pokemon. That's my frame of reference.
Yeah,
And I just think you're into little animals or you're into little cyborgs, and you're the same
So-
kid.
If Pokemon is for kids, Digimon is for teens because one of them talks about depression and suicide.
I thought
and
that
one of
was
them is just
Inuyasha,
animals fighting.
or not Inuyasha. What is the other card game with the guy with the spiky hair?
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, Yu-Gi-Oh is for kids.
No, Yu-Gi-Oh is for middle schoolers.
Yu-Gi-Oh is for middle schoolers.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Digimon just gets absurdly mature. as,
Okay,
like, a show.
all right.
So,
All right. Well,
yeah.
you know, when you're a Pokemon, you get your arm blown off in the war, and then you have to have a cybernetic attachment put on. You start drinking beer and talking real shit. You know, it's like There
I
should be a
remember the
movie about
Pokemon
me and
Wars.
my should be a movie about me and my takes on this fucking child garbage. Anyway, no. I watched a documentary too because the Beatles documentary dropped over Thanksgiving, and I wasn't able to watch it, and I waited until Friday, and then at 6:00, I watched it all 8 hours
Oh wow.
in a row. But wait, but here's the thing. Yeah. So the last episode was going to be released on Saturday at midnight. So I watched the first 2 episodes, which is like 5.5 hours, and it wasn't midnight yet. I had an hour and a half to kill. So in between that, I watched on HBO the DMX documentary that just dropped. So I watched 5 hours of Beatles, an hour and a half of DMX. When midnight struck, then I watched another 2.5 hours of Beatles. So I watched like 9.5 hours of music documentary on Friday.
Wow.
I will say that the HBO DMX documentary is not required watching. I mean, unless you're a huge DMX fan, you probably don't, unless you want X to give it to you, you don't need to watch it. The Beatles thing, however, I think is fascinating and super interesting. And if you're a Beatles fan, you owe it to yourself to watch it. If you're not a Beatles fan, you probably are going to be bored out of your fucking mind.
I think the Beatles are pretty cool, and I'm not like a huge fan, but I've always thought like the jokes around it and like the culture, like the lives of like Ringo, and all these literal characters,
Right.
have been always fascinating. Would you recommend it for someone like that?
Well, here's the thing. I'm not a huge Beatles fan. I like the music. I've never followed them hardcore, but I am a filmmaker and I love documentary film. So there's a part of that I also find incredibly fascinating because they are arguing about the film and what they get in the film, and the director's always on camera. Like I feel like I should start wearing like these colorful suits and smoking cigars on set. Like you watch it, just watch the first episode and see if you're into it. You don't have to watch the rest of it, but it's just kind of funny. You kind of think about like Monty and I on set when we're directing the movie, and you just like. And like the director's like, I think you're right, but you're completely wrong. We should do this somewhere else. It's just funny, and they're all wearing.
That sounds like a ride.
They're all wearing fucking fur coats, and I don't know. It's just really interesting. I found it incredibly fascinating. It is so much content, and I can see where someone would get bored or burnt out, but I think it's worth it. And then what else did I watch? Watch the first 2 episodes of Hawkeye on Disney Plus. If you're a Marvel guy, I am a Marvel guy. My wife and I watched them, and we both enjoyed them. I think they're pretty fun. I'm not saying you have to watch them, but I think if you're into the whole Marvel thing, I recommend it. And then I'm in the middle, another Marvel thing I'm in the middle of. I watched, just before this, I watched 3 more episodes. I'm watching Hit Monkey on Hulu. So it's a animated cartoon about this hitman that dies at the hands of these evil people, but he gets attacked and he escapes and he hides out with this group of monkeys. And then him and this one monkey get into a fight, and that monkey takes off, and then the group of evil come to kill this hitman, and they slaughter all the monkeys too. And so the hitman's ghost and the monkey team up, and then the whole rest of the episodes is about exacting revenge. It is it's a Marvel thing. It's part of the old it's a part of the old Marvel TV deal with Daredevil, Punisher, Jessica Jones, the Runaways, the MODOK cartoon. So it's part of that deal. It's one of the last things put in production under that deal. So I think Disney's been kind of sitting on it, and then they just finally released it on Hulu this past week. So it's not getting a lot of love out there, but I think it's fucking hilarious, and it's incredibly violent. Jason Sudeikis voices the ghost of the hitman. Olivia Munn voices George Takei is a voice in it. So there's a lot of names in it, and I think it's really well done and funny and violent, and I'm digging it so far. I mean, at least every episode there's a couple laugh out loud little or something like holy fuck. I think. So I think it's worth it. I don't think there's ever going to be another season because was under a different deal. I don't think you'll ever see it again unless there's like a huge outcry of fan support for it, but I think it's fun. So, yeah. Those are the things I've been watching. I don't think there's anything I've been listening to. That's not true? Well, it's been we don't need to talk about that. I've already said too much. We're at an hour already. I think we're good.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god. Wasn't that fast?
That was
Easy.
faster than I was expecting. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can only last an hour, Quentin. Are you coming? Are you gonna be at the hotel tomorrow, or no?
Tomorrow?
Are you gonna work late with us?
If I'm awake.
If you're awake, you're awake now.
I am awake now.
You could show up late. You don't have to show up right at 7. You have the luxury of just like, hey guys, do you need a boom operator?
Yeah.
There's gonna be a whole bunch of ladies working out, sweating to the oldies. Supposedly. I hope. I mean, hopefully Monty's got somebody. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that a wrap?
I guess that's a wrap. Let me do the outro here. Let me find it. Well, I want to thank all of you for listening, and remind you that you can leave feedback on Twitter. I used to call it this. I want to thank you all for listening, and remind you that you can leave you can leave Facebook. I should probably say that. I want to thank you all for listening and remind you that you can leave Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And that's all I'm going to say. Remember to please subscribe, share, and maybe leave us an iTunes review on iTunes. That would be great. It supposedly promotes us, but, no one promotes us, so it doesn't really matter at this point. We're just old. We're just like hanging on by a thread, a wing and a prayer. The old couch co-op show. I want to thank Quentin for joining me here on the couch.
Pleasure.
Yeah, of course. I sure hope it is. I mean, I was a little short, I guess. I didn't last long enough, but next time when I cast you on the couch. Anyway, for Couch Co-op, I'm Ian, reminding you to please be excellent to each other. Roll credits.
Couch Co-op.